Good morning, Esther. How are you today?
Um, it took a lot for me to come in today, but I'm here.
Okay. I just wanted to quickly introduce myself to you. Um, Currently, my role is the peer support for the treatment program here. So I'll be meeting with you first, and then I'll be moving your paperwork on to another counselor. So if you feel comfortable with me, and asking you a few questions. Um, and if you feel kind of difficult, feel free, just to let me know. You know, I'm, I know some of the questions might be a little bit difficult for you, but also I just want to assure you that everything here is confidential. So, and I've been with the program here for a short time. So, providing peer support for the clients currently, just to help provide more resources for them. I will be with you from the time with the program in and out, and I will be following up with you through your journey here and also be closing out with you. So you'll be seeing a whole lot of me with you. So,
Okay.
um, okay, so we're gonna get started here. Um, and I know it is difficult to be, in the place, but I just want to take the time to say, I'm really glad that you're here, and we're going to do whatever we can to help you. So, one of the first questions I'm going to ask you is, let's talk a little bit about any times that you may have tried alcohol or or any other drugs in within the last year.
I I'm currently using and drinking.
Okay.
I used this morning before I came to my appointment.
Okay. Um,
It's just a way for me to deal with or not deal with
mhm,
my problems in my life.
okay. Kind of makes you feel more focused and you can handle a little bit more.
Yeah, yeah, especially since my husband is abusive.
Okay. So when you said you used this morning, may I ask what you used this morning?
Meth,
Meth. Okay. How long have you been on meth?
32 years.
32 years. Okay. And with alcohol, how long have you been um
I
on
started
alcohol?
drinking when I was 12. I
12
became an alcoholic um, in my early 20s.
in your early 20s? Okay. So when you're um when you're talking about, when you're using meth and alcohol, do you usually use them together or do you use them separately sometimes?
Um, no, I usually use meth, and if I can't get meth, then I use alcohol.
Okay, so and then if you don't have alcohol, then you'll just go to meth. So it's kind of
hmm It's a
anytime.
yeah, it's an ugly cycle, but I do need something to get through the day.
Okay,
If I can't find any one of those, then it's cocaine.
okay, okay. You mentioned domestic violence abuse. Um, one of the areas that I just wanted to ask you first of all, do you feel safe currently right now where you're at?
No,
No, okay. Um, is he currently there, at your home? Does he work?
no, he doesn't work, but he's not here.
Okay. Esther, at this time, do you have employment?
I do not.
You do not, okay. Okay, so I'm gonna continue on, and at the end, we'll come back to everything to bring everything together. So,
Okay.
um,
I appreciate your help.
thank you, and I appreciate you for coming in. So, and we're
Life
gonna get
just
through
be
this.
Yeah, life
Yes,
just becomes overwhelming.
it does, and I'm sure it does, and so, and that's why I'm here to kind of help you and give you some options, that I feel like might be helpful for you. And then we'll just continue on and, kind of help direct you to the right resource for you. So
Okay.
maybe more than one other person than me, but, as a team, we'll be working together with you.
Okay.
So, first of all, how often do you use drugs and alcohol during the week?
I use meth probably 5 days a week and alcohol the other two.
Eh, Do you
Like I
feel
s-
like, hmm? I'm
like
sorry,
I said, I use it to get through my day.
kind of helps you function? Okay. Do you feel like, when you're talking about functioning, do you feel like using alcohol and drugs has interfered with your functioning at times, like your relationships with parents, friends, or your schoolwork, or any other tasks? I'm sorry.
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
it definitely interferes with my relationships. I tend to isolate myself.
Okay.
I haven't talked to my kids in 2 years, and my family won't even speak to me. And I've thought about suicide.
Esther, when you're here with your family, can you kind of give me a little bit of background on your family, of your parents and how many siblings you have along with your children?
Um, my parents had 7 kids. I'm
Okay.
the second to the last, and then
Okay.
I have a son and a daughter.
Son and a daughter. Okay.
Mhm.
Do you have grandkids?
I do. I have 7.
7? Okay. Your parents, are they both here today? Are they both alive?
No, they um they passed.
They passed away. Okay.
They were both alcoholics.
Okay. With your siblings, so you said you don't talk to none of your family, none of your siblings at all?
No. There's one sister that if I really got into trouble, I could call her.
You can call her and she,
Rose. Yeah.
okay, and she could, okay. You brought up one of an important topic, and I think, with suicide, you know, can you kind of explain to me what kind of makes you feel like you want to hurt yourself or bring self-harm to yourself?
Without a job and not talking to my family or my kids or seeing my grandkids, I just feel like nobody would care if I was here today or tomorrow. And I don't even, I don't like myself. I don't like what I'm doing to my body and my health. And ever since my mom passed away, I've just gone downhill.
Okay. Have you have you reached out to anyone other than you being here? Have you reached out to anyone else?
I haven't, this was a big step for me to come in,
Okay,
but I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired.
right.
I want a change. I want a better life for myself and if that means leaving my husband and my kids while I go to treatment, I'm going to have to do that. I just don't like this life.
So, I just want to make sure that, Esther, it's really important, that, I really appreciate your honesty, number one. Number two, you know, there's no shame, from you being honest about your use of alcohol and drugs. We're definitely gonna make sure that, we get you the proper care for that. Also with suicide, suicide is it's a very important topic that, sometimes it's really hard to even imagine of sharing, that with others. So I think suicide, I think it's something that I feel, for you, it's, the triggers that may have happened with you, with, your siblings, I mean, isolated, and your husband, you and your relationship with your husband. I want to make sure that you're safe, you know, especially with the DB area and the suicide. So I want to make sure that we get you to a safe place immediately. I do want to make a immediate comment. Being a mandated reporter, there's a couple of questions I do need to ask you. Being that you brought up suicide, I do need to know: do you have in your home? Is there any weapons, such as guns, knives? That either you or your husband owns.
Yes, there's guns and knives there.
Okay. And also, I when I mentioned being a mandated reporter, I just want to assure you it has nothing to do with you directly. I just want to make sure that, the team here that we work with, is safe along with you. You're our priority for safety. Um, we want to make sure that if we have to attend your house, or we have, someone's there, we want to make sure that, all the safety plan is in place for you and the people that might be trying to help you out. So being a mandated reporter, I have to report if anything happens, like, to you, or to your husband. I don't want nothing to happen to you, first of all. I want to make sure that overall you're gonna be taken care of.
Mhm.
So so to move
I could
on.
go, I could go stay at a friend's house just to
Okay,
get away from here, and one of my friends, she doesn't use or drink,
okay.
and I could go stay there until I could get into treatment.
I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna move up the plan a little bit more. I think because of the current situation where you're at right now, I think it's important that, we move rapidly to try to get you provides immediate services for emergency care. And the program here does provide that part. So I think concurrently, with the suicide, ideation of, with you, that's another area that I really think is important, that we need to get you to a safe place.
Okay.
Um, I will be visiting with with the two other team members that I'm gonna be reaching out to. I have we have a therapist here that her name is Jay. She'll be working with you. I think she's gonna be the lady that be doing the initial, um, you'll have contact with her,
Okay.
after me. I'm also gonna be reaching out to the DB program. We're gonna see if we can have them come in. Her name is Faith. She'll be coming in as well. We want to make sure that, when we do this plan, that, we're gonna, again, it's gonna be totally up to you. You know, we're not gonna enforce anything on you. But we just want to make sure that, we get you taken care of. So so I will be reaching out to them as well. So,
That's
her
fine.
name is, yeah, so both Faith, me and Jay will be working with you immediately. And then if any additional team members that need to come in, we will let you know prior. So,
Okay,
one of the areas too is, Esther, being a user, um, active user, I do wanna, that's another area I do wanna make sure that, we get you taken care of on that. So my plan immediately, currently, I'm just gonna go ahead and try to reach out and try to, if you're ready to leave, um, we do have the emergency services available. Like I said, I will either, do you own your own vehicle?
I do, and my bag is already packed. I'm
Oh,
just looking for a place to go because I'm tired of using and drinking and not being involved in my family's lives. And I want to become a better person, a better mom, a better grandma. And I think the only way to do that is to stop using. And I'm scared, but I want to change. I'm ready now.
so what I'm gonna do is I had already reached out, right now. I just did, I did go ahead and let the other ladies know that we have emergency situation right now. I think the reason why I need to move with this rapidly with you is because your husband is, not there. It'd be more effective and safe that we get you out now. Um, I will be having a police and one of the counselors, the DB person to be there with you with Faith, or her name is Faith. So,
And what what are my options? Like where will I be? Will I go to detox first? Will I go to treatment? Um, just being ready for treatment. I've gone to the hospital a couple times asking for help, and they just sit you in a room and don't check on you. And especially, I went up there one time when I was suicidal,
mhm.
and they didn't even care. They just locked me in this room. And finally, when I left, they didn't even care that I left, even though I was suicidal. And that day, I went home and took a bunch of pills, and my sister called the ambulance. So I would just like to know, like, where do I go from here? And will I leave my car here? Because I'd rather take it over to my sister's. I don't want to leave it with him.
So first of all, I just want to assure you right now, I think the first step right now is that we're gonna bring you into the program
Mhm,
immediately. Of course, there will be a detox phase. That will be immediate 20 days
mhm,
for detox. During your detox, we'll assist you with any kind of withdrawals, or provide the right medication for you. And then also we'll be trying to kind of touch a little bit base with you on just the counseling, nothing too intense for you.
mhm,
So my recommendations, and I could be wrong, just looking at your situation right now, I believe that, the minimum stay for you maybe up to 6 months.
mhm,
During that time, um, your um, your name will be held confidential, so your husband will not know where you're at. If he tries to reach out to the facility, we're binded by law, for the Privacy Act. So, he will not know where you're at. It is a safe place. Also, the DB program will be working with you for any kind of legal assistance. They also will be working with you, trying to do some rehabilitation with you on the domestic violence situation or part. So Faith is really good. She works well with the clients. Um, and if you feel, comfortable with our facility, we'll continue to work with you here. If you feel like you need to be safer elsewhere, we do network with other programs. We certainly can, transfer you and move your paperwork over. So, I think right now, due to the use and your situation, and the suicide, like again, the suicide ideation, believe that, you fit into our criteria of just getting you help immediately. Normally there is a wait, but at this point, because of the safety, I'd rather just get you, to a safer place so we can start getting working on your plan. You're gonna see some different plans coming at you. Um, Not immediately, but we're just gonna kind of go over a plan with you. The assessment. Jay will be working with you on more of assessment with your drug and alcohol. Um,
Okay.
she may have Melvina come in there. Melvina is also works with addictions. She
Mhm.
does, both of them do have LACs. And Melvina also has she works with people with group therapy. So she does work with family groups. So she knows, she can kind of help you in the area to kind of, rehabilitate you with your family and get you back to, you know, um, into the circle with your family, especially with your children and your grandchildren, kind of start getting your relationships, mended, and healed from there. So, and
Domestic
then,
violence and addiction and alcoholism
mm,
has been in my family for years. My grandparents were alcoholics, and uh, my grandma actually killed my grandpa. The domestic violence has been in my family for so many years, it became normalized to us kids. And I don't want to continue that cycle with my kids. So I want this to stop.
so Faith is really good. Again, they're certified, in counseling. Me, I'll be helping you, at the beginning. I think there's a lot of pattern from trauma, from history of family trauma with the domestic and also with, someone's life being taken. I imagine that was pretty traumatizing, especially being your grandmother. I'm gonna help you through that. So, I think my area with you too is, there's a lot of grief that sounds like, might be going on there. I'm sure abandonment might be there, one of the issues. I think, being having to be, being I guess being witnessed
Mhm.
to, the alcoholism and then, and then the having your grandma take another life, So, it may have caused a lot of, some issues with you, that kind of might be kind of affecting you today. So,
Yeah. And I I want so much more from my life.
mhm,
And like I said, I want a relationship with my kids. And I do want to leave my husband. I've heard of women that just um say just for the money or for the kids, but my kids are grown and I'm tired of living like this.
mhm. Well, once we get you going, um, Faith will have she is a legal advocate. So, we want to make sure we focus on you first, get you back to, more of a healthier path for you. Um, and then we're gonna start, I know Faith will be helping too, as on your, like I said, legal issues. So, if you're, with your marriage, she can assist you with that. And which is good, you don't have really anything attached because your children are all growing. So, we're gonna help you do that. I won't be leaving your side. I will be periodically checking in with the counselors and you. into facilities. So one of the things is I know trust is really important. Um, one of the things too is that we want to make sure that, we don't have any contact with any family members as of after today. Kind of keep your contact to a minimum so your husband doesn't know where you're at. Just make sure you trust someone, whoever you can trust, let them know. And then we'll get help you after the detox, that can kind of help you too, afterwards. So we're
Since I
gonna
don't
be hmm? Go
since
ahead.
I don't talk to my family, the contact won't be an issue.
Okay,
I will let my sister Rose know where I'm going, but
sure.
she's afraid of my husband too, so it won't be an issue.
Okay. And Esther, I really wanna, I want to thank you for even coming in, and reaching out, first of all, reaching out to us, that takes a lot, and we're gonna certainly assist you. There's some stuff that, that is happening, but after, after you leave our facility, and that's another thing, after you leave our facility, you're not completely done with us. We will help you relocate. Um, if you don't feel comfortable still, staying around here in the community. We do have access to relocate people other ways or around the state or out of state. That's a good thing about networking. So we do have that option for you after. Um, and then we'll just try to connect you with some right resources. If you choose to stay here, we want to also make sure that you're in a safe place. We certainly don't want you to feel like you're unsafe in the community. So we'll make sure that everything is taken care of with you on that part. Also with your I think the most important thing right now that I'm really concerned about is the suicide part, because I certainly don't want nothing to happen to you. I want you to make, your life does matter, and I'm certainly gonna help you with that. So
Well, I appreciate it. It's the first time that I felt somebody's really cared about me in
mhm.
a long time. And I'm glad that you'll be there throughout my journey because I don't know that I want to be so open with some of these counselors. It's scary and I don't want to be judged and
Right. Well, we're here to help you folks. We do come in as a team. But I think with me, being a peer support, I will definitely be working with you throughout this and then after. I will be the one helping you to after you leave when you're done with your program here, I certainly will be helping you with that after. So we'll be visiting with that more later on.
so then
So
I'll still be in the aftercare if I choose to
yep,
stay here.
yes, most definitely.
Okay,
But currently we'll just take care of the immediate and try to get someone out there and try to make sure you're safe, bring you to the right place and that will be with us.
good. Good. Well, I sure appreciate your time and just being coming from a domestic violence and using every day to get through the day. I just I feel exhausted and I'm scared. He pulled a gun on me last week, and so I want to make sure that he doesn't know where I am.
And he will not. I think right now, being that he's out of the home right now, I think right now I am gonna reach out to Faith right now. She is currently waiting for law enforcement, so we can go ahead and go over there. But I will, with your address, she's she will be with them, and then like you said, your vehicle. I think if your vehicle is hidden wherever, so if he doesn't know where your vehicle is, or if he does, want to make sure that your sister is safe as well. So,
Okay. Okay, is
so
there any other paperwork you need from me?
no, I think we have the paperwork. There might be additional paperwork here, far as Jay will be working with you on.
Okay.
I got your initial one, so we're just gonna go from there.
Okay. Well, I appreciate your time and thank you for taking care of me.
Thank you, Esther, and we'll see you soon.